everyone, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. This video is going to be a little bit of a background introductory video. A little bit of background about myself. My name is Stevie Lynn. I am 27 years old and I have an Instagram account that tracks my fitness and weight loss journey. And a friend of mine told me that I should start a YouTube channel. And I was a little bit hesitant because I was, thinking like, I don't know what to really talk about. But, it kind of got me thinking that maybe there's some people out there that I can reach and maybe help and inspire and help motivate, and that you guys can help and inspire and motivate me too. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give it a try. So here I am. A little bit of background about myself. A little over 12 years ago, I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disease that attacks your thyroid. So my thyroid doesn't work properly. I have a very hard time losing weight, and so it's been a struggle. When I was first diagnosed, I've always been active. I play a dance ballet, I played water polo. I've always been active with my family, in sports, my brothers. And in a 2-month period, I gained 80 pounds in 2 months, not doing anything different. I've always been a healthy eater and active, so it was very strange of what was going on. And when this all started happening, it was very freaky to watch your body just, kind of like balloon up. It was just, it's mind-blowing and mind-boggling at the same time. You're just like, what the heck is going on? So when we went to see a doctor, they did a bunch of tests, and at first they were just saying, oh, your daughter's just going through the change. And my mom, told the doctor, my daughter went through the change at 12 years old, so something is medically wrong. So after a lot of tests, we found out that it was a thyroid problem, and then it was hypo. There were still things that weren't making sense. There were still a lot of problems, a lot of issues that I was facing, and it wasn't until about 4 years later where I met with a new specialist, and she was somebody who really just took the time to really dig deep into my file and really want to get down to the bottom of it. And after having me take a lot of questionnaires and things like that and a lot more tests, it was then determined that it was Hashimoto's, and a rare form of Hashimoto's. And there are still some answers, that some questions that have been left unanswered. One of them being that she gave me 2 take-home urine tests, and in that, both times my cortisol levels were really high. So I had even another specialist say that I had Cushing's and all these other things going on. Now, if you're not familiar with what cortisol is a natural steroid that your body produces, and my body produces too much of it, especially in a 24-hour period. So there's sometimes you get that roid rage effect, which is common, especially for bodybuilders. They get that roid and that rage effect. That's how I can get sometimes, unfortunately. So there are still some questions and things that are left unanswered, but I'm learning and I'm going through the process. And I've tried everything. I've tried, and when I say diet, I mean in the form of I've always eaten healthy. So cutting foods out. So I don't really like the word diet because it's a stupid word. But I've cut foods out, see what works. Gluten really bothers me. So, cutting gluten out. I've tried, maybe just being on a all raw vegan diet, and it helps with some people. There's just some things that I was missing that I needed in my body, and so I can't go 100% vegan or raw food, which is fantastic for you, don't get me wrong, but my body was just having a weird reaction to it. So I have to learn certain things, what works and what doesn't. And so it's been a roller coaster. When I first diagnosed, I weighed in between 150 and 120 pounds. So gaining 80 pounds was huge. Put a lot of stress on my body. And the highest or the heaviest I've ever been was 280. And 3 years ago, my best friend introduced me to CrossFit, and I fell absolutely in love with it. but it was just so expensive at the time for me to join. And so I tried to do stuff at, like a local gym that I was a member to, and it was just hard. It's hard trying to get all that equipment together in one area and then try to do everything for time and praying that somebody's not going to jump on, that row machine or something that you need to use. And so it just wasn't feasible. It really wasn't. And then my husband and I decided that, well, let's buy a rig and let's, do it at home. And that was great for like 3 months, but then it's like you lose your mojo. It's just, you have a harder time pushing yourself more when you really need it. And for each other, it's just kind of like, it's your spouse. You're just like, they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. So, and in that period of time too, just recently, I was a caretaker for my grandfather who passed away from cancer. And just life really got a hold of me, and a lot of stressors were happening, and I was gaining more weight, and just wasn't taking care of my body. And I'm human. I make errors. I'll eat things that maybe I shouldn't always eat, on the junk side, just because it was quick and fast and easy for me to get to, which quick and fast could be easy to grab an apple or something, but sometimes on being on an hour of sleep doesn't always work that the best scenarios of like, I should have grabbed an apple and not a bag of Cheetos. And so, or, that had gluten, but it just, you kind of, when you're so focused about taking care of somebody else, you really forget about taking care of yourself, which is most important. So after he passed, I just kind of like, it just hit me that it's very important for me to focus on myself. And I remember waking up one morning and looking in the mirror, and I just cried. I cried because I didn't know who that person was in the mirror anymore. I didn't know who that reflection was. I didn't think she was pretty. Thought she was fat. I didn't like who that person on the outside was. And one of the number one side effects of Hashimoto's is depression. And I've gone through some extreme depressions where I have had thoughts of suicide. I've had to see a therapist. And, I've been on antidepressants. I've gone through some really deep and dark places. And I just remember thinking to myself that, I would have a family one day. And a doctor told me that Hashimoto's can make you infertile. And so that's really devastating to me to hear something like that. But, in the sense of, this is something that I've been struggling for over 12 years of my life. And it's something I'll never get rid of. It's something that can be controlled, but I'll never get rid of. And, I want to be healthy. I don't want to be this person who gets, pregnant and is worried about the weight factor and putting more stress on my body and on a baby. I don't want to, I want to feel beautiful on the outside as much as I, want to feel beautiful on the inside. I want to be able to, run around with my children and not worry about being out of breath or, doing all these fun things that sometimes, my condition has limited me. And, we had a lot of people that made fun of me behind my back, people that we thought were dear friends of ours, and said a lot of hurtful things, and they had not a clue what I had gone through and what I've been struggling with for over 12 years of my life. And to hear people, make fun or play jokes and things like that, to be like, wow, you could be that harsh because you have not even took a step in my shoes to see where I've came from, what I've struggled with through my life. For me, it's not just I got heavy because I ate poor foods. I became heavy because of an illness, because something I didn't have control of that all of a sudden just affects, and it can happen. I have had to work extremely hard to go from 280 pounds to get down to like 240. 40 pounds was huge, and then going through it of gaining it back and or more. So it's been a struggle. And so I just, I'm done. I'm done for this thing taking over my life. And if I don't lose any weight, or I don't lose any inches or anything, at least I know that I'm healthier and that I'm doing everything that I can possibly do to better myself as a human being, as a wife, as a daughter, as a granddaughter. I'm doing everything that I can possibly do to better myself. And 3 weeks ago, I told my husband, we are checking out this CrossFit facility. I did some research on some local places, and this one just seems like something that maybe we need to go check out. So we went and checked it out, and we fell in love with it. The people were just so welcoming with open arms, and it was just an amazing, opportunity to walk into something like, a little hesitant. I know enough things about CrossFit, but nothing nothing impressive. But, enough to get me, through a conversation, to kind of ask questions and things like that. And I was just blown away by just how amazing the people were. The staff was phenomenal. The owners are fantastic. And I just told my husband, we have to do this. We have to. They had a 2-week basic class that consisted of 6 classes. It was 3 each for 2 weeks. So you had 3 classes 1 week and 3 classes another week. And we decided, let's try it out. Let's see. So we did it, and the first week I dropped 6 pounds. And I hate the scale, but for me, I kind of need to watch it because of my water intake. I retain a ton of water, and that's something because of Hashimoto's. So I always need to get on the scale each week just to kind of see where I'm at with my water intake and things like that. Because I was put on diuretics, and then I was taken off of it because it was a catch-22. Here's the diuretics to help me urinate more, but at the same time it was hurting, damaging the functioning of my kidneys. So I have to get on a scale each week to really monitor my water weight and things like that. So the first week I was down 6 pounds and couldn't believe it. Second week came, and down another 2 pounds. And then here we are on the 3rd week, I told my husband that, I want to sign up. I want to sign up permanently. I want to be a member. I want to do this. I'm really liking the way my body feels. It's sorer than a mother, but it just feels good. And I'm just so impressed with, the fact that my body is like progressing. Like, I'm seeing myself do things that I haven't seen myself do in a long time, or I've never even seen myself do. So it's super exciting to be able to be like, wow, like I did that. And when you look at the price, you're just kind of thinking, okay, it's kind of expensive. But if you were to get a personal trainer at a local gym anywhere else, or even outside of a local gym, you'd be paying that much, or if not more, for just 4 sessions with this person. So I pay the amount that I'm going to pay at CrossFit. Yeah, I get a trainer with me 24/7. I have endless resources, and there's just so much endless possibility. So it's like we'd be stupid not to join. So this is our first real week of like actually doing like the big boys and big girls classes. And I've lost another 2 pounds. So in the 3 weeks of me just doing CrossFit, I have lost 10 pounds. And it is emotional for me because I look at myself in the mirror now, and it's just like, wow, I'm really seeing changes that I haven't seen in a long time. And I feel fantastic, and I'm growing a confidence in myself again that I haven't had in a really, really long time. So I'm just really excited about this new opportunity that has came across my path, and I want to be able to share it with everybody. And if you stuck around this long for this video, I really hope to help inspire you guys, or if you know somebody that I can help inspire, I would love for you guys to subscribe, or get my name out there. I really appreciate it. But I'm just really excited for this new opportunity. I'm very focused. I can finally work on myself for once, and I'm just so humbled and just so grateful that I have the husband that I have. who is extremely supportive, who's been my rock through everything. Sorry. But I found something that has really changed me as a person. And I'm just so grateful for CrossFit and for, you know, the trainers and the coaches that are there and the owners. They're physical therapists, and they just design these workouts for your body to function properly, and it's just the results I'm seeing are just insane. And I'm lost for words, because when I woke up this morning I was so thankful just to like look and be like, I had to double, you know, check like what to see like my stomach's getting, you know, flatter. And I mean, I guess it's still pudgy, but it's 10 pounds lighter. But I'm just so grateful, and I'm just excited to see like my progress in 3 months, you know, how far I'm coming. So thank you so much for sticking around this long with my introduction video. I plan on doing a lot of other videos, like unboxing of things that I get, weekly updates, some cooking, and you know, like what's in my grocery bag and stuff like that. And all my contact information will be in the description below. Please comment if you guys you know, want to see anything else or have some ideas. I would love it. This YouTube thing is all new to me, so I really appreciate it. And I think that's about it. So thanks again for stopping by and checking out my channel. Please remember to subscribe, and you guys have a fantastic day and a wonderful week.